I'm Stanton Wortham, Dean of the Lynch School of Education and Human Development here at Boston College. Before coming to BC, I taught for 20 years as a professor and served as an administrator at an Ivy League university. When I came to BC, I knew that it was a mission-driven institution and that was somewhat different than what I was used to, but I wasn't aware of exactly what that entailed. Since coming here, I've had an opportunity to work with Father Jack Butler from Mission and Ministry, with Provost David Quigley and Margaret Lawrence on the initiatives in formative education, a series of programs designed to deepen our understanding of and our practice in fostering whole person development so that young people, as well as faculty and staff at BC, have opportunities to become more whole, more fulfilled human beings. I've also had the opportunity to participate in the Ignatian Colleagues Program, which is a chance for a handful of administrators and faculty at BC each year to collaborate with colleagues from other Jesuit universities, participate in Jesuit activities like retreats and service trips, learn more about the tradition. These opportunities and my interactions with others here on campus have helped me see that there are many opportunities opened up for people who come here to a mission-driven place. I'd like to share both professional and personal ways that I've had a conversion of sorts, marking St. Ignatius's conversion 500 years ago. Professionally, first, it's a big opportunity to be able to lead at a mission-driven institution. At my last university, when we made decisions, in the foreground were always status and money. If I do this, will it bring more revenue? If I do this, will it increase our status compared to our peer institutions? There were many good people making decisions for good reasons there, but status and money were in the foreground most of the time. Boston College models a different approach. It models an approach where we want to have revenue, of course. Reputation is important, of course, but the larger purpose of the institution is AMDG. The larger purpose of the institution is to try to serve a more overarching, a more extensive, a more ultimate good. As a result, the institution spends significant money sending students, faculty, and staff on retreats to reflect on their own lives and purposes, to reflect on how they work with students and help students develop as whole human beings. The university spends money on helping people have opportunities for reflection, to think about what they're called to do with their lives, to experience greater fulfillment, to connect them to a larger moral order. Because of that, as a leader at BC, you're freed up to make decisions based on mission and not just resources and status. A second way that my life has been different here is that BC has given me an opportunity to work as a scholar with colleagues on questions of what is formative education, what is whole person education, how do we help young people live more purposeful lives such that they can sustain fulfillment across a lifetime. I've had the opportunity to write papers, to collaborate with colleagues, building instruments to measure the development toward leading a life of meaning and purpose among young people. I've had opportunities to think through with colleagues some of these interesting scholarly questions and then put them into practice in what we actually do with our students here. A final way in which BC has given me an opportunity is more personal. St. Ignatius underwent his conversion experience 500 years ago, and the traditions that he created have given me a chance to think a little more broadly about my own goal in my work and my life. When I first came to BC, I went to BC 101, which is a new employee orientation program for everyone new to the university. And the first session was run by Father Casey Beaumere. And he was telling us about the history of the Jesuits and the tradition, but he started out his presentation by asking us why we do what we do. What's our goal? And as someone who attends a lot to to-do lists and email inboxes, I was a bit taken aback by this broad question. But BC in general, he was telling us, encourages you, demands that you think more broadly about the goals that you have, that you step back and reimagine the ultimate ends you should be aiming toward. And in an institution that values that, I've had an opportunity to spend a little more time in that sort of reflection and discernment myself. So I'm grateful to have come to a place where I've had a chance, both professionally and personally, to reflect more broadly, to think about the ultimate ends that we aim toward or should aim toward, and to be in a place that supports that in many different ways.